To protect and balance the battery cells during charging and discharging, I'll install a BMS. I've had great experience with ANT BMS, and this small unit is rated for 80 amps continuous and 200 amps peak discharge, a perfect match for these cells. First, I need to extend the battery wires. Since my setup doesn't exceed 60 amps continuous discharge, 10 AVG wires is more than enough. The ideal spot for the BMS is right here. To prevent metal-on-metal contact, I placed a fiberglass sheet under it. The rest of the surface will be insulated with fish paper. I secured the BMS in place using double-sided tape, then started planning the wiring. I also insulated the path over the bus bars, since the balance wires will be routed there. To keep things organized while I work, I temporarily taped the balance wires in place, leaving enough length for final connection. Yeah, this wiring looks like a spaghetti mess right now, but one by one each balance wire will be trimmed, crimped and secured to its designated cell. Following the provided wiring diagram, this step was pretty straightforward. Each wire end was crimped to a ring terminal and secured to the bus bar with a bolt. It is a repetitive and time-consuming process, but the final result was totally worth it. Here's a small trick. I placed double-sided tape under the balance wires to keep them tidy and in place. It worked perfectly. Before connecting the last balance wire, I need to crimp the main power wires. The copper tube I used earlier was the perfect size for 10 AVG wire. Since copper is soft, the crimping pliers handled the job with ease. Once crimped, this connection isn't going anywhere. To reduce exposed metal surfaces, I used heat shrink tubing, then secured everything back in place. And honestly, this is the cleanest wiring job I've done on any of my projects. I'm super happy with how it looks, and a little sad that all this neat wiring will be hidden inside the case. The BMS kit includes two temperature sensors, one routed to the front and the other to the back of the battery pack. With everything done, I covered and insulated all terminals. To secure the balance wires, I used Kapton tape, and as the final layer of insulation, I applied fish paper. Quite a neat battery pack comes together. Now it's time to connect the balance connectors in a specific order. It is important to start with the most negative side as per the instructions. Two additional wires are connected temporarily. They are only used once to boot up the BMS. To jumpstart the BMS, it needs at least 3 volts, and a single 18650 cell did the trick. Once powered, the red LED confirmed that the BMS is on and ready to connect to the smartphone. A QR code on the unit provided a direct link to the App Store for downloading the BMS app. After opening the app, I selected Bluetooth protocol to connect. In the device list, my BMS was the first option, so I tapped to connect. At first, the app displayed errors and incorrect data. That's because the battery configuration didn't match the BMS preset. Fortunately, fixing this was easy, just a few parameters needed adjusting. In the parameter set section, open pack parameters. Select the correct battery type, in this case lithium-ion, then press the setting button to confirm. Enter the correct number of cells in series, which for me is 13. Lastly, set the battery capacity in physical and remaining fields. That's it. Only 4 settings needed adjustment. After saving the changes and returning to the main screen, everything looked correct. No errors, battery capacity displayed properly, and all cell voltages were visible. Since the cells had a very small voltage deviation, I enabled automatic balancing in the BMS control section. Let's check the main screen again. The app highlights higher voltage cells in green, indicating the balancing process. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Bye!